Rabbi Rena Judd, University Rabbi.
May the source of all goodness enlighten you with wisdom and forgiveness, fairness and equanimity. May your actions be tools of enhancement for our neighborhoods and communities, our country, and the world we share. May the source of all mercy endow you with compassion, kindness, and generosity. May the excitement of the here and now never fade from how you perceive and experience the law. And may goodness and mercy follow you all the days of your life. And let us say, Amen. Amen.
Please be seated. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the members of our platform party, which consists of our speaker, honorary degree recipient, who you will meet in a few moments, university administrators, and the deans and faculty of the School of Law. It's now my pleasure to introduce Brad Saxton, Dean of the School of Law. Good afternoon and welcome, everybody, graduating students, family members, friends, and honored guests. We are delighted to have you here. At this time, it's my privilege to introduce Dr. John L. Leahy, the president of Quinnipiac University, to extend greetings on behalf of the university.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to all of you on this wonderful day of joy and celebration. To our law school graduates, I extend my heartiest congratulations to each and every one of you. You should all feel very proud of your accomplishments and well-deserved the recognition you are receiving today. The class of 2012 is arguably the best ever to come through the Quinnipiac University School of Law. And some of you already have accepted office from law firms or judicial clerkships with some of the best minds in the legal profession. One of today's graduates, Joshua Scollins, helped garner the law school national recognition when in March Josh was one of our law students who testified before the Connecticut Judiciary Committee in connection with Connecticut's death penalty. For this successful work, the Quinnipiac Civil Justice Clinic received one of the Clinical Legal Education Association's highest honors, the Award for Excellence in a Public Interest Project. Another of today's graduates, Michelle Mondo, served as this year's editor-in-chief of the Quinnipiac Law Review and received the Dean's Award for her exceptional service to the School of Law. I enjoyed working with Michelle in her role as a member of the board of Quinnipiac Center for Excellence in Teaching and Service to Students. I'm also pleased to recognize our very first graduate of the school's LLM in Health Law, Rolando Torres Rodriguez. Rolando will work as a legal advisor in Puerto Rico's Department of Consumer Affairs, and in addition plans to integrate health law into a law firm in San Juan. I also want to recognize your Student Bar Association President, Wade Lucky, who provided outstanding leadership and made some significant contributions in representing student concerns. Quinnipiac University School of Law is advancing both in terms of academic quality and national recognition. These achievements are clearly a consequence of the exceptional work of our law faculty and the leadership of Dean Brad Saxton and our Dean of Admissions, Ed Wilkes. In the final analysis, though, a law school, like any other school, will be judged best by its graduates. And so, members of the class of 2012, we're depending on you to make the best use possible of the education you have received at the Quinnipiac University School of Law. You have already left a significant mark on our School of Law, and I have no doubt that you will leave an even greater mark on the world that awaits you. Again, my congratulations and best wishes to each and every one of you.
Thank you, President Leahy, and please know how grateful we are for the university's support. Well, welcome again to everybody, graduating students in particular. Wanted to say, before I get started with my remarks, a special thanks on behalf of the law school and the graduates. Some of our graduates have made it through law school, mostly on their own, but the vast majority of them have made it through with tremendous support and help from family members, from significant others. I'd like to give the graduating class, especially on this Mother's Day, a chance to stand and thank those out there who supported you guys on your way through. So, members of the graduating class, this is a unique opportunity for me. This is, as far as I can tell, almost certainly the last time that we will all be together. I had the opportunity to welcome you as you came in as a class. We were all together then. This is probably the last time we will all be here together, and it's very meaningful for me to have this privilege to address you. There are really three things that I wanted to do in my time. I wanted to thank you, I wanted to encourage you, and I wanted to give you the best advice that I think I can give you at this stage. So let me start with my thanks. This is a huge accomplishment for you. You all know how much work was involved in getting to be here and sitting and graduating today. We are very grateful for your hard work and for all your contributions to our community during your time here. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Encouragement. I've spoken with many of you over the last several months and over this weekend. Some of you have already settled into positions or have positions that you're starting quickly. Others are still looking for positions. I wanted to offer a couple of words of encouragement on that front. What we've seen in recent years is more and more employers are waiting for bar results, for better or worse. A lot of you have told me I've got a position that looks like it's pending. They're waiting on bar results. So what we're seeing is many of the jobs are firming up as bar results come in a little bit into the fall time. The market also is turning around. It really looks like things are picking up. And so please, those of you who are keep looking, keep heart. It looks like things are getting better. And we have great confidence in you, in the training that you have gotten during your time here and the contributions that you're going to make with the bar. So let me move to my last piece for you. For me, I always think at this time, this is a very special moment for me. What is the best advice that I could possibly give to my colleagues as they're going out? And so here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Close your eyes for a moment. And I would like you to picture yourself 50 years from now, 40 or 50 years from now. You are an older person at that point. And imagine yourself sitting there and having a conversation with a young person, 10, 12 years old. This might be a grandchild, this might be a neighbor, this might be just a friend from the neighborhood. And this young person is saying to you, how was your life? What was your life like as a lawyer? And think of what your answer is going to be. Is it going to be, it was a wonderful life. It was a great life. It was a really good life. It was a good life. It was an okay life. It was all right, I guess. My hopes for you are it's on the front end of that. It was a wonderful life. It was a great life. It was a really, really good life. And then the next question this young person asked you was, well, what made it that way? What was it that made that such a wonderful life that you feel that you've had? Possible, the answer is going to be, I built more hours than seems humanly possible. Possible, the answer will be, I was able to buy many things, and many of them were very expensive, and I own more of them than many other people do. Possible, but I think not. I think if you put yourself seriously with this exercise and that mindset, what would you be saying to this young person? What made it a wonderful life? And it's probably going to be those things that your intuitions are taking you to. I had great friends. I spent time with my family. I was a good parent. I was a good child. I was a good brother. I was a good sister. I was a good friend. I hope that you would be saying, I was a good, caring, and attentive spouse or partner. I hope you will be saying, I am proud of the work that I did. I did my work with integrity, and I did the best that I could with my work. I hope you will be saying, and I think you will be saying, I used the advantages that I had in education, the advantages that I had in talent and energy to try and be a leader and an aid to my community, to try and make my community better.
I think you will be saying, I tried to live by my principles, by my faith, by my values. I tried to remain true to them in the face of pressures that sometimes wanted to push me in the opposite direction. And I think you'll be saying, I hope you'll be saying, I had a lot of fun. I made time for fun. I hope you will be saying, I laughed a lot. I made time to laugh a lot. We all know those are the things that make a wonderful life as opposed to an okay life or an all right life. So my advice to you, or my hope for you, is that you take this time now, at this singular moment in the progression of your life, to give some thought to what you want to be saying 40 or 50 years down the road, when somebody's going to ask you, how was your life? And when you tease out those things that you think you want to be able to say at that point, those things that you think, those were the things that made this a wonderful life, commit yourself to them. You are going to have all kinds of choices that you'll be making in the years coming up. Keep that end game in mind, and keep the choices in mind that you want to make, because you have to consciously commit yourself to the choices to have the kind of life that you want to have. And I wish that for you with all of my heart. So let me close by saying one last thing, a request. This is not the end of your relationship with us. You are in the Quinnipiac School of Law family. We hope you will keep in touch. Let us help you. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know where you are. Let us know what you're looking for. We remain your friends and your allies in this search, and we will do everything that we can to help you in the future course. Our commitment to you does not end today. Let me finish by saying congratulations again. Congratulations. Job very well done. And best wishes for the future to all of you. At this time, I'd like to invite Justice Harper, Professor Dunlap, Senior Vice President Mark Thompson, and President Leahy to come forward.
Harper Jr. You were appointed an Associate Justice of the Connecticut Supreme Court in 2011 after a distinguished career that prepared you for the challenges of the bench. After earning your Master's in Social Work at the University of Connecticut, you set out to help the least fortunate with the socio-economic obstacles they face. You went on to learn a law degree from the University of Connecticut School of Law and practiced for more than 20 years, specializing in education law, litigation, municipal finance, labor law, and arbitration. In 1997, you became a Connecticut Superior Court judge. In 2005, you were elevated to the Appellate Court, where you wrote 224 opinions. During those years, you occasionally sat on important cases of the Supreme Court. In 2008, you heard one such case, Kerrigan against Commissioner of Public Health. You provided a crucial, decisive vote with a 4-3 majority opinion in which the court held that the Equal Protection Clause of the state constitution guaranteed the right of marriage to same-sex couples. In addition to volunteering in your community, you chair Connecticut's Commission on Racial and Ethnic Disparity in the Criminal Justice System, and you serve as Connecticut's representative to the National Consortium on Racial and Ethnic Fairness in the Courts. In 2010, the Prince Hall Scottish Rite Masons presented you with the distinguished Silver Eagle Award, and in 2011, you received the prestigious Edwin Archer Randolph Diversity Award from the Lawyers Collaborative for Diversity. In recognition of your steadfast devotion to justice and public service, the Quinnipiac University School of Law is pleased to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws this 13th day of May, 2012.
By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, Justice Harper.
Justice Harper, you honor us by your presence here today, and we are delighted to welcome your guests, family members and guests who have joined us as well. On behalf of our graduating class and the faculty and administration of the School of Law, thank you so much for being here. Our commencement speaker, Justice Louis Harper, Jr.
President John Leahy, Senior Vice President Mark Thompson, Dean Brad Saxton, Quinnipiac Law School Administration and faculty, graduates, and guests. I thank you for your warm welcome, and I thank Dean Saxton for inviting me to address you today on this very joyous occasion. Dean Saxton, I want to begin my remarks by recognizing your outstanding leadership at this law school. One need only speak to a current student or a recent graduate to learn of the positive impact you've had on the students at the school and its mission. I thank Quinnipiac University for awarding me an honorary Doctor of Laws degree. I am humbled by this honor and proud to join the ranks of Quinnipiac Law alumni. I have spent my entire legal career in Connecticut, so I'm very familiar with Quinnipiac University School of Law. I've spent part of my career in the field of public education. I judge the quality of any educational institution by the skill and character of its graduates, and by the positive impact it has upon our society. I know many Quinnipiac Law graduates, and I have had many opportunities to observe them in the practice of law. They leave this school with the tools to be great attorneys. When I think about Quinnipiac Law School, two of my recent judicial law firms come to mind. Attorneys who ably assisted me during my tenure on the appellate court. Sean Hanlon, class of 1998, who was my law clerk for 6 years, and Nathan Buchak, class of 2010, who clerked for me immediately following his graduation. I am sure they would agree that I have very demanding standards for my clerks. I expected them to thoroughly research the assignments and to give me frank advice on authority issues that came before me. They did not disappoint. They impressed me with their ability and loyalty. I thank Sean and Nate for joining me at the ceremony today. I am pleased that several other Quinnipiac Law alumni have joined me as my guests today as well. Thank you for sharing your alma mater with me. I know, too, that graduates leave this law school having been encouraged to consider giving up themselves, to use their legal skills to serve the less fortunate in our society. Many of you already have served in various public interest positions and have used your abilities to serve the community. These efforts help our profession, our society, ensure that justice be readily available to all, regardless of their financial status or station in life. I wish to acknowledge a fine example of this type of efforts, the Yale Safran Memorial Fund, which funds law students interns from Quinnipiac, who in turn provide legal support to individuals and families with needs in the area of family law. A dear friend, Katrina Safran, helped to establish this fund in honor of her late husband, Yale Safran. I am happy that she joins me here today as well. I'm pleased to be among the first to congratulate all of the graduates. I'm sure that as you sit here today, most of you are experiencing a mix of emotions. To be sure, there is the happiness that this day has arrived, the sense of accomplishment that comes with meeting a formidable challenge and perhaps more than a little apprehension about the future. Graduates, today obviously marks a time of change in your life. In ceremonial fashion, your career as a law student draws to a close. For the vast majority of you, the arduous task of studying for the bar exam will begin, perhaps sooner than you would like. I hate to break it to you, but studying for the bar examination won't be enjoyable. It is yet another obstacle to overcome before joining the ranks of new attorneys. So you have a game plan. Graduate. Study for the bar examination, pass the bar examination, then what? A lucky few of you might have definite plans for the practice of law, but I suspect that many of you are wondering what comes next. We're living in a time of social and economic turmoil, the effects of which have touched people of every race and creed, and in every socio-economic group of our complex society. We're living in a world that seems ever more complex and ever more dangerous. It is not a surprise that in such a time of uncertainty, people have come to question the institutions of government and their proper role in our democracy. As always, but even more in times of difficulty, people will turn to the legal system to vindicate their rights and protect their liberties. And make no mistake, as the past teaches us, the issues of our time will make their way to our courts. Against this backdrop, you are poised to become members of the bar. I'm sure that there are as many reasons for attending law school as there are graduates before me. Some of you might have applied to law school with the goal of helping others. Some of you might apply to law school because you hope to excel in a noble and learned profession. And some of you might apply to law school with the goal of becoming rich and famous. One of the truths about your new profession in the law is that it offers opportunities available in few other walks of life. For the law touches upon nearly every aspect of life. Finding your niche in the practice of law will be one of the first challenges you face, and you might soon realize that a typical legal career does not follow a set trajectory or a neat and orderly path. For those of you out there who have no idea what comes next, do not fear. Anyone who knows my life story will tell you that it was against all odds that I would be standing before you here today, an Associate Justice of the Connecticut Supreme Court. I come before you today not with answers, but some advice. Be willing to consider and to explore new professional opportunities in the law, and know what causes that interest you most. Listen to that voice inside you that draws you to a particular course or to a particular area of the law. It is true that we do best that which we enjoy doing. It may not happen immediately, but if you remain open-minded, you will find that fit. A career in the law that not only provides a material reward, but one that you find interesting, in which you can use your legal skills and creativity to its fullest potential. And I implore you, do not be driven purely by the material rewards of a career in the law, become defined solely by your legal skills and acumen. Certainly our demanding profession requires a great deal of time, skill, and effort. Don't let all of it go to your head. The best judges and attorneys that I have had the pleasure of knowing have been well-rounded people. They have had diverse interests and backgrounds outside of the law. Your new status and profession should be one aspect of a rewarding life. As you assess your career path, I urge you to consider whether you are spending enough time with loved ones, whether you find time to do other things that make you happy. Your interests outside of the law will give you the perspective to be a better attorney and help you through the hard days and long nights that go hand in hand with your challenging profession. It would be difficult to overstate the vital role that the law plays in both our system of government and our very form of government. At this point in our history, few Americans would question that the law has been a tool of progress. Still, one need only turn on the radio or the television, or perhaps talk to a family member or friend to hear the latest joke about lawyers. It is said that every good joke has a kernel of truth, and this should give us all pause. I believe that it is vital to the strength of our democracy that citizens have confidence in our legal system. The legal system is not limited to judges and courts. All of you, as your attorneys, become part of that system. Regardless of the nature of your career in law, all of you, as attorneys, will have a stake in how our legal system is perceived. Think about this. Your conduct as an attorney can inspire confidence in how our legal system operates, or it can be fodder for yet another joke about lawyers. You leave this ceremony not only with a newly minted law degree, but with an unblemished reputation in the practice of law. Trust me, your reputation is every bit as valuable as your degree. Protect your reputation in every aspect of your professional life, whether in your interactions with clients, judges, other attorneys, or in your written submissions to any court. Consider the ethical obligations that attach to any representation to the court. Strive to be known as someone who advocates strongly for his or her client, but is never dishonest. Strive to be known for professionalism and excellence. These are not abstract concepts. They demand thorough and honest research, close attention to detail, and doing the right thing. We all know what it means to cut corners. Today marks the end of hypothetical fact patterns on law school exams, and soon you will come your involvement in real disputes. From now on, the fact patterns will be those of your clients. Cutting corners may mean efficient representation, or worse, a misrepresentation to a court. Now, it is said that lawyers are overly concerned about their reputation, that they like to impress others. This calls to mind one of those lawyer jokes that a friend recently emailed me. It goes something like this. A young lawyer, starting up his private law practice, was anxious to impress new clients. On his first day, he saw his very first client walking through the door to his new office. He thought fast and picked up his phone, and he began speaking into it. Yes, I'm swamped. I will not be able to look into your case for at least a month, and then I will get back to you. I've got some very high-profile cases on my desk right now. Hanging up the receiver, he turned to the man who entered his office and, with a satisfied grin, said, "And what can I do for you?" "Nothing at all," replied the man. "I am from the phone company, and I'm here to hook up your phone." So do not try too hard to impress. A reputation as a good attorney is not something that you can fake yours overnight. You will find yourself in the role of advocating or advocates, vigorously acting in your client's best interest. The representation will mean that you assert their legal rights,